Okay, let me say that again. I really need a mixer just for the live setup. Because it's all going to pot. Alright, I think I've only got like a couple of views in. Let me see if I can do the welcomes thing. Because I did have a stingers lined up. Remember the old days when I used to have stingers? Right, let me see if I can just get that mod, because you did say on the server, didn't you? The one, I won't say the name, but the one that is 514 kilobytes, yeah? Yeah, at the moment I'll leave Discord and get on with the stream. Cool, right. I was just sort of hoping Tio might drop in because he was online today. Shout out to Tio. And also shout out to Coolie Guts. How do I pronounce your name? I'm going to do a quick shout out to Coolie Gutty JHYJGTY hashtag 5186. Just because I know you're about, and I did take... No, it was someone else. I took a picture because the gallery is... it's not happening really. I'll have a few bits for the gallery, but actually I want to crack on with not studio stuff, just workshop mode, yeah? Yeah, so in the chat we got my favourite Canadian, Azio Ninita, aka Crash Crew, aka wouldn't you call some other names, some other aliases? And shout to Green Jeans and Miguel Vidal. Oh, and Alex is in as well. Yes. Right, so new folks. Miguel. Oh shit. Yeah, right. I know who Green Jeans is. I also know who Miguel Vidal is actually. Because you know, you're Jay's mate, aren't you? Who knows Figgy Hoppin? Maybe, I don't know. Shout out to Jay as well. Shout out to Breakbop as well, because I think he was the one who was hoping I might go back to Mondays, but maybe next year. I'm okay doing the Friday slot actually. Right, let's get into some news. I can't, let me do this because this is quite funny from the last stream. I don't think too many people noticed, which is really good. Sorry, I'm not reading out what people say. Segment unreleased FTC. There's also M27 unreleased, but that was made on Polyan Tracker. I think that's the name. Bit short on time lately. Happy to catch this one on my break. Just got home from school, finished another exam. Well, good luck, mate. Okay, right. So it's all a bit different this week because I'm using a new audio interface, the Mu2, which I always thought of as the unicorn company, because all their old gear had unicorns on them, or something. Mark of the unicorn or something? Don't know. Right, so end of the month, I'm playing here. And also, please check out Ravi's mix. Just because, just doing it for friendship reasons. Also, we'll get into the news now. Right, new time slot. It's going to be like this forever, basically. So, as soon as I get past maybe 3 or 4 episodes of doing it on a Friday at 1 p.m, maybe people will come along and do it. Like, view the show. Oh, it's the same company as far as I know. Okay. Yeah, well, this... so what I'm using now is the Mood to... I forgot what it was. Where's the box? The M2. So, like, it came with a bunch of other things that I don't need, like 1,000 loops for Ableton. So I'm not really an Ableton freak, I don't really use that shit, so I don't need all the extras. I just need crisp audio that works. And this is down here in my temporary bin. Like, I've got really brutal. I just binned it. It's just boom. I might sell it. I don't know. But for now, it's for the bin. That was the Steinberg UR22 Mark II. No, sorry, it was the UR22 Mark II. No, okay, so I got it right the first time. But no, this is no good in 2025. Sorry, you let me down on Beat Bash Boulevard. Oh, sorry, what are you getting next month? Well, a new audio interface. What would you say would be the best Akai sampler out there? I don't know, really. What do you mean by the best? For sound, and features, I'd try and get an S1000. Just my humble opinion. Best Akai sampler. I can't do it. Yeah, well, my S1000's back there. I'm hoping to get it sent off and be fixed. So yeah, new time slot, sorry. 1 p.m. New studio layout as well. I'll skip over that because it's just rotated like 180 degrees basically. And it's important that I'm next to the window to get a bit of sunlight in, even though it's closed at the moment. So, yeah, and Weekend of 9, I did DM a few people. I'm praying everything's going to go alright, because maybe I'm just comparing it too much to Atlantis Calling and Beat Bash Boulevard, but those two were like massive productions. I spent like 2 months on a couple of things, but it's alright. Maybe, yeah, this one could be like low key, but it's good. I can delegate jobs. And there is a flyer, but it can't be used for drama reasons. And a new flyer will have to come soon, and a trailer. So yeah, that segues good into trailer drop, I guess. I'm working on a trailer. It's going to be the usual fun style ones I do. Go fund me for excess air conditioner. Yeah, that would be good actually. Right, and the compo, so I've had to nag a few people to get on with that, because otherwise you can't really have a tracker compo with only 3 people, so I might be a bit naughty and actually enter the compo myself under a new alias. And if I win, then I get the prize. But I would like there was initially let's see, how many thumbs up got on the compo? Is it about 16 people? And then roughly the same amount of people hearted the Instagram post of the compo. I don't want to make the compo the main focus of the next weekender, but it sort of is, because it was all about just getting it on Demo Zoo, really, for the views. I'll be honest. And when I say views, I mean I want PS Enough to help me on that. So, yeah, shout out to PS Enough, because he always supports the weekenders. Since the third one, I didn't even ask him to, so... Oh, not the PT Weekend and Instagram. That needs work as well, but not as much as the website. The website needs a hell of a lot of work done to it. I might get a team of people to like change it up, because it's just, there's cobwebs on it. It's not looking good. So please don't go to the official PT Week and their website just yet, because it's a shambles. Next bit of news, slaps. Not my idea, but I got some stickers made up that I'll be handing out in Bristol and many other places. So these are Phineas 2 stickers. So if you can't catch me live, I'll probably just post them out to friends. They're not massive stickers, but yeah, I just thought, yeah, if I'm going to send stuff like vinyls and stuff, I'll just pop them in. Okay, next bit of news, personal news, driving. I don't know if people come here for personal news anyway, so but I'm just getting a bit better at driving, basically. Shaving, yeah. The other bit of news is I just need a shave, and I want someone to recommend me some good shaving products, actually, because I'm getting a bit bored of Bulldog. Right. Other shenanigans. I think the only other bit of news is that I've got one of these right angle PCM CICA adapters you can see here. They're not as sturdy as they look on the picture, so if anyone ever gets one of these, just be careful. But yeah, I think they're pretty good, and it works as long as you got the the fast RAM expansion out, the 4 megabytes that lets the port work, the CFO port. I was advised not to buy them, but I did anyway. That's only because when it's set up against a big chunky mixer like a zone mixer, then you need easy access. So yeah. The only other bit of news is that my beer fridge went berserk and went into like a freezer mode. And it actually exploded the can. I wasn't here when it happened, but obviously ice expands, and then I don't know if it's safe to drink. It might be, but yeah, my fridge turned into a freezer overnight. So look at that. That's not something you see every day. It popped the top, and the bottom's bulging. So that's a bit scary, because there's no settings on this little beer fridge to change the temp. Oh right. Oh nice. My CF adapter has problems when plugging it through it, but Network Cards works with it. Have you tried going to the workbench and going workbench menu, execute command, and then just type CF0 : and hit return, and that should mount it. It doesn't always. I have a lot of problems with CF card adapters, to be honest. Yeah, that this fridge is no good. Luckily I got another one, but I don't want to be putting cans in and they explode, to be honest. Well, there's still a lot of beer in it. I could try it. As long as there's not like shards of metal in there. No, there's still ice. There's still clumps of ice in there, and I thought that would have defrosted overnight. I think it's safe. I'm just a bit worried about health anyway because I got stomach problems, which might be real or it might be the fake anxiety symptoms that make you think you got a symptom, but you haven't actually got it. But that's another story. Oh, it mounts, but accesses samples in ProTracker is all jumbled up in chunks. Slushy fridge. Yeah, I could show you a picture of the fridge, and it's looking a bit grim. It's just beer stained. Wow, I think if I was here when that happened, that would have really freaked me out because it would probably be as loud as a gunshot going off. I mean, it must have been a big bang for sure. Oh, it mounts slushy fridge. You need someone with a shit ton of ice packs and cool bags. Wink. Yeah, I do. So yeah, that's the news. Right, we'll get into .mod Jukebox. I'm surprised there's as many people as there are in the chat, to be honest. Oh no, what's going on? Okay. What was I going to say? I just want to shout out AJ because there's been a problem lately with. I've had to take it out. So the IndieVision Mark 1 was good to start with, but unfortunately I've gone back to using the fake Domcade Amiga scan doubler spout DUBLER. You know, one of these. So what was the problem? The problems with this monitor here, it says something like, it has a VGA connector on it, but when you plug it in from the IndieVision Mark 1, it will say something like, this is not compatible, or I can't remember what it said, something like that. It's like the frame rate is not the correct thing for the Amiga, and someone in the chat will know the technical details on which frame rate or hertz, whatever, could be used for Amiga outputs from the. Is it the Lisa chip? I don't know. Yeah, so I've had to take it out, but also since taking it out, sometimes in the first like 5 minutes, it messes up the color gradients. So it's almost like, say you got RGB, so either the R or the G or the B, it's failing. So I just hope it hasn't permanently damaged the Lisa chip, if that's what it is. Hang on. No, I screwed it back up, but whatever chip it piggybacks onto, I just hope it hasn't damaged it forever. Right, shout out to Piscine. You're not by any chance PS enough, are you? Is anyone's stream also freezing? I hope not. I normally get a red light, sorry. Well, no, the red light on OBS is to say it's streaming. Can I give you some technical details? I'm on 60 frames per second, 60.00, and I'm also on 10,155 kilobytes per second. It says dropped frames 0. So, I don't know. Anyway, I've been waffling on for a long time now. Let's go to Jukebox Plus. It should be Plus. I'm going to rate some of these tunes. It's going to be hard saying FFF Show. I'm so used to saying MMM Show. Right, what shall we start with? I'll start from the top. I think this might be... There is a chiptune mod, but it was quite interesting, so I'll play it anyway. So just to keep the chiptune fans happy, you know. I think this is a chiptune, I'm not sure. Sorry, wrong one. Yeah, this is it. Okay, I'm going to rate that. It's hard because I'm not a chiptune aficionado. Is that the right word? What's that word when you're like an expert in something? Aficionado. I'm not a chiptune aficionado, so it's going to be hard to rate that. So I'll just rate it 7 out of 10. I don't know. Okay, that's not pierce enough. Okay. Right, next one. Confusion by Jay Wagner. This is from 1996. There was a new drop on Mod Archive, so... yeah, that's it. Aficionado. You know what I meant. I think this is some like cheesy techno trance stuff. Okay, I'm not really into that sort of stuff, but I thought I'd just play it anyway. I'm gonna rate that very generous 6.5 out of 10. And now I'm going to play a whip from CK. That was a whip from man like CK. And I can't wait to hear that. Yeah, that's the funny thing. You mentioned it already. I was going to say, like, does anyone know where it originally comes from? Because that was the thing surrounding the... You know, on Skeleton Records, the Love to Love You break. And it was a massive thing back on the forums and servers, like when that sample was discovered. Just like we couldn't believe that's where it was from. But the Love to Love You break gets used all the time as the one used in... what's it most well known in? Most used? Probably the Sub Dub by DJ Seduction. That used the Love to Love You break. And the Love to Love You break is always one that I sort of skip because I find it really hard to EQ. Because it can get a bit harsh if you try and boost the top mids. But yeah, it's from... Is it Lady and the Tramp? Or is it... I can't remember. It's the theme of the cats. Those funky looking cats. Yeah, I saw a clip. It's like, wow, you actually took the sample from that. So yeah, that is that. Yeah. It's Disney, isn't it? Yeah. Especially the cat song. Yeah, he said. I want to point out that there's also a page missing from a magazine, and that is because I got mentioned in an article on NASP, and I thought, why not just frame it? So there you go. That how how silly is that I framed it? That's it. NASPS is going to take over the world now. Right, next one on Mod Jukebox. Speaking of CK, let's now play make you wanna write. I haven't even heard this. Oh, it's from Egg. It's from the Egg. Right, I've got a lot of pictures to send you that are egg related. I thought this would be from someone else. Who did I think it would be from? Hang on a minute. I'm going potty. Oh, but you did say it was FTC. Okay, Egg. Okay, let's go.
Stepping off, letting off, better off, get hard, never soft. Stepping off, letting off, better off, get hard, never soft.
Oh, what's happened there? Shout out to FTC Project Egg. That was a slammer. That was a banger as well. Just for the sample choices alone, I'm going to give that a 9 out of 10. Either a 9 or a 9.5 out of 10. So, Citrix does the 31 sample method. Yeah, how long is that going to take? And then you have to put a click track at the very start of the mod, right, to get all the timing right, I guess. Unless you found another way of doing it. But if I was to stem out Pro Tracker mods, I'd just do the 4 channels, yeah. I got the feeling that might have happened on that Solux tune. Which one was it? Serving a Sentence. I'm going to guess he stemmed out each 4 channel because it doesn't sound... The EQ on it sounds a bit beefed up compared to it coming out of the Amiga. So, but that's what people do now, and they did that back in the day as well. So, emotional outro, cried when I heard it. What, for this one? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you, CK, for lending me that mod. Shout out to FTC, wherever you are in Eggland. Yeah, talking of eggs, yeah, I got a penguin from Kinder Surprise, so there you go. Oh, someone said peng as well. Peng to mean cool, or... Oh, penguin, yeah. Okay. Right, next up we have... talking of eggs, we now have something called Eggs on Toast. There's a lot of eggs in the theme of this stream today. And this is like some sort of boom bap mod. Yeah, that was Eggs on Toast by Egg One. Oh, no, I don't know who the artist name was, sorry. It was one of these things where it was like, you go on Mod Archive and it was a guest contributed a whole bunch of mods, like a dozen, so who knows Who knows what that was? But yeah, it was good. And let me check up the chat. Wagwan. FO7 and FO is madness though. Yeah, it is. It is a madness, yeah. Check out Paula if you use Ableton, about to release a big upgate. It's like an A1200 and S3200 combined. What, the Akai sampler, yeah? Oh, new person in the chat. Oh, and 100% nice and chill. S3200. Yeah, that is the Akai sampler, isn't it? And shout out to Sia Pinsky, who says, I like music. ICL. What's ICL again? I can't remember. Okay, next. Oh, I forgot to rate it. I'll rate that 7.5 out of 10. Right, a couple more. Yeah, that was pretty good. I don't want to cause any problems by asking where Marco is, because there was maybe a bit of drama. I don't know. But yeah, shout out to Marco wherever you are. Shout out to Manacle as well. Meant to send a few other things, but they aren't mods, unfortunately. I'm going to guess they're fast tracker 2s, yeah? XMs. I need to rate this. I'll rate it... again, not my style, but I'll rate it 7 out of 10. Did send them to Tim Reaper, though, hoping it gets played somewhere. Yeah, okay. I got a sort of unreleased one I did not long ago, which was for someone else's set. So I'll just play this. Otherwise, it might never ever get played. Yeah, I won't play any more of that, but that was something I did maybe 2 or 3 months ago. But it was going to feature on the mix, which may never ever get made. But yeah, it's out there. And then I guess I got that remix I did. But it might take me a while to find it. It will be on here. So yeah, I'm not gonna rate my own mods, but that is the Ed.mod jukebox basically, because the whole point of the jukebox is it's other people's mods. Can you remember what I called it, CK? Let me look. Oh, Traco. Found it. Yeah, go on then. Don't be too harsh. Yeah. Okay, let's go.
That you now reach out to all of the people that were iron. But we don't have clean up for the tune. For the listen.
Yes, I won't keep playing any more of that, just in case it does get a release. Yeah, got Choppy on the Amons, and I think I did actually start working on a second remix of that, which is more like jungle techno style. like 155 BPM. I can't remember. Or was it a Solog's tune? I can't remember. That is the end of the Dot Mod Jukebox, I'm afraid. Oops. Okay. We'll get into gallery now. Just very quickly glance over the gallery. I don't think anyone sent me any more mods. Nope. Okay, quickly let's do the gallery on the world's most autistic stream in the UK. So first we got AJ with his I can never pronounce this right. The Grzeski bar. Over after the stream. Yeah, if I can find it. I don't think I even called it Tracker Tracks. But it is basically, you know, on Pro Tracker you go clear, and then it's just clear song, but not samples. Yeah, it's all good, isn't it? Right, so Grzeski, I need to pick this one up. Right, next we got Alex's pigeon, pet pigeon. I've forgotten the name of the pigeon, so I don't know his or her name. And that's those Polish. Yeah, one more track. So I'm out of tracks with Dot My Jukebox. Right, next we got Archie's Dready Bucket Hat on the Moy. That gives me PT Weekend 7 vibes. Next we got DJ Nest's Good Chips Bruv. Oh, it's just the rescue, yeah, not the pet pigeon. DJ Nest will be playing. He's the Waffler head honcho, so always check him out. Believe it or not, Waffler's server is not even owned by me. It's DJ Nest's. But sort of like with me as well. It's like a collab thing, you know. That's me at my workplace, and I've got this mental problem now where every time I see these 4 letters, I can rearrange them in my head quite easily. Snap being one of the most easy ones. So guess what the next edited picture will be? Yeah, you guessed it. I could have gone all the way and edited the screen to show NASP, but I didn't. And then picture 5 is just a corner. Don't look too closely to the CD collection, because I think there might be some things in there a bit like, how has he got that? But it is just for sampling purposes. And then, of course, the main thing I want to show is I've actually got some plant life in the studio. So, yeah, I need to keep on top of that. But it wasn't a very good picture because the smoke machine's gone off, so that's why it's blurry. And then this got sent in by Stuart. Innuendo, I think. And again, another picture where I haven't had permission, but you know, it's okay, there's no reg numbers. I don't know what the car that is, but it must be the States, because I recognise those post box things that you have in the States. So that's kind of pointless, me pointing this picture out, because no one knows who this is. And I think that's it, because next, yeah, and then I'm just going into last week's. Oops, didn't mean to. It's a Beatle. Yeah, of course. Right, let's now go to main screen, and let's now progress to the next section.
which is Workshop, and oh no, some of the audio doesn't work. I might have to not do. My audio interface is just blown up, so that's a shame because I was going to do Workshop then. Yes, it's on fire, so I can't do a Workshop. But I will show you. Actually, no, I'll do a bit of because I wanted to show you the new 8-bit Bubsy feature. Come on. Yeah. Oh, he's told me the audio interface is blown up, but I can still hear audio. That's a bit suspicious. Okay. Oh, I've got some other things in here. Some work in progress. I don't know what these are. Like how far of a tune I got going. No, that was just that. I thought there was a better one I did. Let me look for it. I'm sure it was called Step something. Sniff pot. What's sniff pot? This one. The sample was messed up.
Out on the floor, baby, I'm holding you tight. As I grew with you, now can we step tonight? Out on the floor, baby, I'm holding you tight. As I grew with you, now can we step tonight? Out on the floor, baby, I'm holding you tight. As I grew with you, now can we step tonight? Out on the floor, baby, I'm holding you tight. As I grew with you, now can we step tonight? Holding you tight. As I grew with you, now can we step tonight?
I think that's it for that one.
Get with the flow, feel the beat boom, feel the beat boom, feel the beat boom. Get with the flow, feel the beat boom, feel the beat boom, feel the beat boom.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of samples mishmashed together. He wasn't really going anywhere. And that NT break is hard to use anyway. Yeah. So I might work on that another time. But I guess you all want to see the new 8-bit Bubsy feature before I go. And this is for Amiga users only, but he said he'll put it on the clone. So you know how you're always doing this and this and this. So if you get that wrong, you're going to have to do it again. I should let you know as well, Alex, because you use 2.3F, don't you? So there you go. So now you can use on the new one. It's either shift Shift and Control, or you can use Alt and Control, and then you just use the arrow keys. It's not working. And then you can do this. But it's by pixels, so it's not very fine-tuned. And then what he also added, if you leave caps lock on, you can just do that. And that's as fast as it goes. So yeah, how good is that? And then shift, and if you leave your hands on Shift and Control and press Z or Z, you can play the range as well, so you can get really the precision in there. There was a funny technique I did where you can do like granular synthesis. No, because you need a much faster repeat rate on the keys. It's not the best sample, but yeah, thanks for that. And I didn't have to pay to get that coded in. So there you go. But I'm sorry, I'm just not up for Dot Mod Jukebox. Sorry, not up for workshop. Because there's a whole bunch of like OBS work I need to do for the weekend. So I'd rather just crack on that. But I promise next Friday, I'll do a workshop. Because I haven't got any samples together, and these days I'm sort of scared going on YouTube and finding samples just because of copyright strikes. If I keep telling everyone about this frickin' Fuji's Clear Me Software, which is still a strike on my channel. So, who did you use? Is it Columbia Records? Yeah, screw you, Columbia Records. I don't know what to do about that copyright strike. So it's just the acapella as well. Sorry, it's not the acapella. It's the vocal. It's the vocab salams. No, it's the Refugees hip hop mix or something. But it's the one where it sounds a bit more raster, you know. There are ways to get around it, like time compressing, like a slight pitch change, even if it's just a semitone up. Pitch shifter, that is. That could really mess up their algorithm and technology they use to slam your YouTube channel with a copyright strike. So I'll get digging for next week, and then at least I know I've got some safe samples to use. Because I like to go in with big ideas, and as fun as it is, just going in with a break beat, a bit of sub bass and a pad sample, I much prefer to use like actual substantial beefy samples. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to love you and leave it. Shout out to Someone in the Jungle, Cyber Criminal, not to be confused with the other CK, Cash Crew. We got 2 CKs. And shout out to everyone else who's probably on the rewatch, like Paula Haunt, AJ and Archie, Break Bob, Basine as well, Andrew Whale, and Green Jeans. And I'll see you on the next one. Adios. Hat, 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 hat.